What's going on, geeks and gamers? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and of all the questions we have about Cyberpunk 2077, which so many of us are eagerly anticipating for release in September, I know the one that's on the top of everyone's mind. Can I customize my genitalia? And the answer is yes from CD Projekt Red. You can see this little video right here detailing them customizing that said genitalia for Cyberpunk 2077. Now, exactly what that means, we're going to kind of get into it. The reason we know this is because the ESRB released their full ratings for it. It's obviously mature content, but they released their justifications for those ratings, and it includes a ton of things, as well as all of the violence, the sex, the crucifixion scene that's evidently here at some point, in addition to the body modifications. Now, we talked about a couple days ago on this channel that Australia had released kind of their board and why they had rated it the way they did. A lot of people weren't sure if it was actually going to be able to be released as it was in Australia. They might have to censor the game. But a lot of other countries are doing their own evaluations. Most of them are coming to the conclusion of mature, rated 18 plus. Here in America, it is 17 plus. But what exactly is everyone talking about this customizable genitalia? Let's read right here. Cyberpunk 2077 will let you customize your genitals, and then maybe the bigger thing, and don't worry about in-game purchases. That's kind of all going under the radar as soon as you heard, oh, I can control the size of my dong. Well, also no in-game purchases, which I think is an absolutely great thing. The ESRB has published its ratings report for Cyberpunk 2077, which includes a new bit of information. You can now customize your player character's genitals. Now, you may remember a couple years ago, CD Projekt Red tweeted that reply to somebody that said, did you just assume their gender? And that sent a bunch of people up into an uproar about being offended by something. Then CD Projekt Red came and told us that we're actually not going to go by traditional, just binary genders in Cyberpunk 2077. Then you had a whole nother group of people that were really upset about it. Now, if you think about the setting of Cyberpunk and you think about the dystopian landscape that it is and the obsession that everyone has in this universe about body modifications and the status symbol that it is and what it means, just how normal it is in everyday life to see people, whether it's with a different arm or something attached to their head, anything like that, I feel like in this game specifically, it kind of makes a lot of sense to make your character as customizable as possible. If it was another game trying to do this, or I might think that maybe it's pushing some kind of agenda, I could definitely see how people would go that way. But in this game specifically, it kind of makes sense to me. Let's read on. Per the report, players can select a gender and customize their character. Customization can include depiction of breast, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as various sizes and combinations of genitals. So, now that is interesting. I can't imagine there's anyone that plays this game. If it's a bulge slider one way or the other, is there anyone who's not going to slide that all the way to the right, make that thing as big as they can? Who wouldn't do that? Who wants to play with a small dong? I can't imagine anyone would. But that's up for your decision, evidently. What you want to do, you can decide. Now, one other game that I can remember this being a part of was Conan Exile, but that was that you actually saw the genitalia, but it was not in a sexual manner at all. I don't think we will actually be seeing that in this game. The rating system does not allow for it to be depicted in some kind of graphic nature, only if it actually is if it kind of makes sense with the storytelling and isn't part of an explicit sexual act, is usually genitalia allowed to be shown in these video games. But let's continue on. The report also made mention of in-game purchases, but CD Projekt Red has subsequently told IGN these refer to the ability to buy future DLC expansions for the game, not microtransactions. This is the best part. Even though we're talking about the genitals, and that is a huge thing because pardon the pun, but that's a big thing because it's so strange. It's so caught a lot of people off guard. Cyberpunk 2077 is a single-player game with no microtransactions. That is awesome news from CD Projekt Red. They are sticking to their guns on that. Much of the report, which awards this game a mature 17 plus rating, focuses on the adult content mentioned in the previous Australian ratings report, extreme violence and gore, and swearing. And they do talk about here, players can encounter events where they have the option to engage in sexual activities with other main characters or prostitutes. Those are brief sex scenes from a first-person perspective, so that is going to be very interesting. Depict partially nude characters moaning suggestively while moving through various positions. Some scenes contain brief depictions of thrusting motions. Other scenes depict a character's head moving towards a partner's crotch. So it's going to be really interesting. This game is very mature, intended for very mature audiences, and so it's no surprise to me that all of these things are included. The only surprise is that I actually get to pick the size of my balls when I play my character, or the size of my breasts if I was going to play a female character, or I guess in the specific case of Cyberpunk, any other way I wanted. But let me know how you guys feel about this. I know that this can be a pretty controversial topic, especially the idea of being able to choose what genitals you have for whatever character you have. I want to know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. Are you looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077? Do you care about choosing the size of your package? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to Gaming with Geeks, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later.